the late Peter Gawe, mother to Marina Gawe. We are 5 in the family, but we have all moved to, my family, we've moved to Wellington, New Zealand, and attend the church there. We have been serving the church there for almost 20 years. Shakti janitor jai, Shakti para Bible study, Shakti gopher, hindi ko nada. Go for this, go for that. The church of Jai. I visited Auntie Agnes Thursday this week, and she said, "Sigaman tiag sermon ka-Adam." And like any other preacher, you would know that it's always hard to preach at a congregation when you don't know kung sino yung makikinig. The key to an effective preaching is actually knowing who your audience would be. Anyang age, and the background, so that you can tailor fit your message. But today, my message should be around Ecclesiastes. Do you have your books, your Bibles with you? So if you open your Bibles in the book of Ecclesiastes, I'll start off with a question. But before I go there, I'd just like to say it is such a privilege, it is such an opportunity that uray ay lugar di pa kanan tayo. If we are a member of the church, we have family. We have family. Nakagpadas niya po mga apanti sa masabaling na lugar. And the first thing that we look for is a family. And it is the church. And it is really comforting to know that across borders, across culture, we are made one and we are unified by the fact that we have one Father. We are unified by the fact that we have one God. Uray ang sasabaling na language data. We do the same thing first day of the week, Sunday, every Sunday. And what is that? To come to church and follow the commandment of God, to break bread and have fellowship and have communion with God. Which brings me to the topic of seeking the purpose of life on this earth. Sino ako tinakangag dito iti phrase na YOLO? Yung mga bata, imposible hindi alam yan. YOLO. You only live once. You only live once. Ang langay tikes nasa word yan, you only live once. So if we only live once, what do we do? What does it mean to only live once? If you are on this earth and you know that you only live once, what do you think you should do? Okay, audience participation tayo. This will be a short message kasi sabi 15 minutes, but I don't know how I will cram all of it in 15 minutes. But you will help me. If you only live once in this world, anyati alamin yung tibiyag mo. Agada? Aganak? Agasawa? Anya. But daitoy actually is the question that Ecclesiastes tackles. Kung meron po tayong kokopyahin sa ating buhay, of course, for us to be ahead in life, it is natural for us to look to someone and idolize them. And how do we do that? We actually try to copy the behavior. Tuladan tayo ngayon, we better ourselves. We copy what's good, not necessarily the bad. We copy the behavior or even the path that they tread, so that we too would become successful in the things that we do, in how we live our lives. Iso nga, no adati anak yo, adamay ti manong, adati ubing kabsat na, it is natural for the younger sibling to look up to the manong, no adati aramidan ni manong. In the same way that as children, we actually look at our parents and see what is good with them, and we actually copy what they do. We try to actually learn from them, learn from their mistakes, and they tell us that, so that we will not go through the same mistakes. But more than that example, we actually revert to the example of Ecclesiastes. Who do you think wrote Ecclesiastes? Ecclesiastes is considered the book of wisdom. Ada itanlo nga book of wisdom tayo. The Ecclesiastes, Proverbs, and Job. These are called the books of wisdom. Ecclesiastes, when we go to the text itself in chapter 1, this actually was written by Solomon. The book itself does not say that it is Solomon who wrote it. But we know, because of the references within the book, that the person being referred to in the book of Solomon is actually, in the book of Ecclesiastes, is Solomon. So, next slide. Ayan. Background ng Ecclesiastes. Tinawag po yung Ecclesiastes. This was actually named by the scholars back then. So the book of Ecclesiastes was translated from Hebrew to Greek, and to the King James version that we have. And it was named Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes, as defined, is the one who calls for the assembly. The preacher here in the book is Solomon, and the date is 925 BC. And what is the theme of the book? The book can be depressing, nabasa mo tayo. Apay, malagit ti kadwan ti typing book. Kunada ka, Vanity of Vanities. Before we go there, why are we studying this? Sabi ko kanina, kung meron tayong kokopyahin na tao, sino yung dapat natin kopyahin? Siyempre yung sikat, siyempre yung magaling, siyempre yung mayaman, siyempre yung maraming maituturo sa atin. Solomon we see here is who? Solomon is actually one person who is, delete ko yata ng aking one. Anyway, Solomon is who? How do we know Solomon? Solomon is actually a king. Solomon is a king. Is he an ordinary king? No. Solomon is actually the greatest king during his time. He is the king who is considered to be the wisest. He is a king who is actually who has amassed various kingdoms during his time. Solomon actually had over 300 concubines. He had massive houses during this time. Di context tayo, Old Testament na ito. Kung ako ay magbaga nga, tuladan tayo din. Example ni Solomon nga kasi. But, timaya tayo nga libro ako, Ecclesiastes actually is like a diary of Solomon. Because he actually writes down his experiences, his learnings throughout his reign as king. And from these experiences, we will actually learn. Applicable latta dito ako kinatayo, and we will see how the Bible is actually timeless. It applies then and it applies to us now. So what do we see? Anyati inarami ni Solomon. So anyati kinita na in his lifetime. First, he says, vanity of vanities. In chapter 1, verse 3, saan tayo ako? Sino di makabasa from chapter 1? Verse, ingana verse 3 lang. Brother Ray?
The words of the preacher, the son of David, king in Jerusalem, vanity of vanities, said the preacher, vanity of vanities, all is vanity. What profit hath a man of all his labor which he taketh under the sun?
Okay. Vanity of vanities. The root word na ako di Hebrews ni vanity kay hevel. Hevel. Isuti the word nga vanity, di nagapwan nga word kay hevel. But what does hevel translate to? It's actually not vanity. It's a crude translation of the word hevel. Because hevel, translated in Hebrew, means bread. Means, bread to Ilocano? Angas. Angas. Bread. Oh, bread.
It's wind, it's vapor. Anong ibig sabihin nun? Vanity of vanities. Tibiyag ko na nakagkas na vapor. Angin. Angin. Anya ti kaya ti sa wind ni angin, apay nga angin. When you see a vapor, you see a smoke. You see the shape of a smoke, you see how it rises up. But when you try to hold it, can you hold it? No, you can't. It's like wind, it's the air. You see it maybe at some point when it's actually evaporating. But if you try to grab it, it's not there. You try to chase it, you won't be able to chase it. Kuna na, dahil the conclusion na, vanity of vanities. So, ano yung kinita na? Kinita na kat, nagito yung aspeto. Wisdom. Muna tayo, wisdom. Natin kinita na. For me to have a successful life, kaput na siya picking, I think it would be good if I gain wisdom. Muna na. You can read that, I won't read it at nung ma-ifit tayo later. Wisdom. Is there anything wrong with wisdom? We are told that we should actually live by wisdom. We should be wise. But take note, whenever we read the text, we should always consider the context. Ano yung context kay wisdom dito eh? Wisdom under the sun. Una na. Nabasahin niyo yung text. It's wisdom under the sun. Everything under the sun. What is under the sun? It is the world. During their time, the conception of heavens and the galaxies is not that far advanced. It hasn't been labeled yet nga galaxy, universe. Kinyada, it's the heavens, the sun. And everything above the heavens is spiritual, it's godly. So dito yung wisdom, it's wisdom under the sun. Worldly wisdom. So if I live my life knowing that I'm the wisest man on earth, and I live by the fact that alam niyo that di gusto ang dakes, mabalik siguro makwatita. Iso the purpose of life, my life on this earth. Wala na. No, at the end of it, wala na kay awan, haan gayam, haan na wisdom, apay. Pauray wise ka, at the end of the day, matay ka matlaon. You will die. You will die. Yun ang sabi niya. Iso nga, that's vain. The next thing that he looked at is pleasure. Pleasure. Siguro, mayat nga agbiyak tayo dito yung lubong. No, in-enjoyin tayo amin. Tibiyag tayo. When we talk about pleasure, we talk about, oops, the battery is running low. When we talk about pleasure, ano yung pleasure? Pleasure meaning sensory. So anything related to your five senses. Yung five senses, ano yan? What we see, what we feel, what we eat, what we touch, what we feel. So, gaputa ni King Solomon, as I said, 300 concubines. Anya ti adakin niya na. Ani na, yung mapanunod mo, nagbak na iso na. So pleasures, he sought pleasures in wine. He is actually a wine connoisseur. You will see that in the verse. Maybe if I drink, I will find pleasure. And in fact, some people do that. A lot of people resort to drinking. Kasi it gives you an element of kaslawi. Ayos ah. Medyo awati marit makasakit. Kasi kuna na uuray at aramin ng kaita. All of that is fleeting. Niya pa, ipitinita na under pleasure. He had servants. He had slaves. He had singers, male and female. Makita tayo dahil pati verse. Una na. Ma-entertain is una. Every on demand. Mo kayo na nag-concert ka man dito sa mo. So nakita na data. And still, he comes to a conclusion that, this is vanity. Awan na pati Sabina. Why? Because after the sensation of being numbed from the wine, nagsublimat na, nalipat ako. Nubigan actually, baka dapat hangover kung nata. Anapay, kinita na under pressure. Siguro, maalak ti fulfillment ko, no? Kita, ang gamit at kita, dakkel na projects. If I create big projects, remember, during the time of Solomon, this is immediately following King David. The King David, he succeeded King Saul. And when David came to the throne, he was actually trying to expand the kingdom. And during the time of Solomon, it was a time of peace and quiet. Kaya iso nga nakapanunod ti Kastoy, ang panunutan na figure na. Iso nga muna na, agaramit ang temple. Gamin, kuna ni David, hindi time ni King David, parang nakakahiya. Ako nasa mansion, pero yung kayo, God, nasa tent lang. So gusto niyang mag-build ng temple. Pero sinabi sa kanya ni God, it is not you who would build a temple, it is I. It is your son. Your son, and his son is of course Solomon. So yun, may mga projects siya. So, siyempre, kahit ang bawat isa po sa atin, kapag nasa bahay kayo, yung mga mothers, at saka yung mga lola, kapag meron po kayong ginawa sa bahay, hindi po ba masaya yung feeling? Nagpas ko din dapat naramitan. Ayan. Naaramid ko din labada, nalpas. Nakaluto at nalpas. These are small things. Beto King Garud project, big projects. And that's where he thinks, maybe if you actually engage on projects like that, you will find fulfillment. Pero again, kunana, these are all fleeting. Numalpas di ay, awanan, malpas di feeling, napukaw di feeling. So kunana, awang gayang sirbina, oray, kaslitin ko. It's vanity, kaslaangin. Tanumalpas time nga di ay, kaslaangin, awanan. Nalpas. Wisdom and folly. Wisdom and folly. What does it mean? What do we refer to? Human wisdom under the sun. If you are a man who is wise, you will live life in moderation. Problema kagawa tayo kinya tayo. Lalalo siya. Weakness ko pat karni. Awan, makita karni so biikwan. But here conventional wisdom tells us that anything is good so long as it's in moderation. If we do this, you will live a good life. If you do the opposite, that's folly, that's foolishness. If you do things which are nonsense, and without thinking about it, that's foolishness. Kuna na, dahil nga doon, di agaramin tika magbibiyag in temperance or in moderation compared to the one who just lives life nga happy-go-lucky, aging inom, drunkard, nga everyday. Awan di ko rin siya na, di nga duwa ko na. Apay, damat lang namatay. Numaminsan, di pa'y, the person who lives in moderation is the first one who dies. In fact, meron po tayong kasabihan. Ano yung kasabihin natin? Masamang damo. Kaya, mahirap mamatay. Sabi nila. What does this tell us? We are actually not in control. We are not in control. Even how healthy you think you are, even if you do all the right things in life, it's vain. Kuna ni Solomon. Di ba depressing yung message niya? Walang kwenta yung buhay ko. Pag ganun. We strive to be good. But this is a king. Remember, he's the wisest in his time, 935 BC. And he says, awan, walang kwenta yan. Ano pa yung tinignan ni Solomon? Ano yung trabaho? Nung ako po yung nandito pa, 20 years ago, nagtatrabaho po ako sa DILG. And my work ethic then was, because I was one of the younger ones, I like to perform and outperform others. At a very young age, modesty aside, I was able to land a division section chief role. And to me, doing good in my work is a fulfillment. May satisfaction na yan. And my aspiration then was always to go up, up, up. And I'd like to do everything right in my career. Is there anything wrong with that? If you are given a task, you do it properly. If you are given a task, you do the best that you can in any given task. And surely, everything will work out for you. Ano yan? So, data ko na, Awan mo't lang kwenta na data. Uray nagbaling ka nga regional director, uray nagbaling ka nga mayor, uray nagbaling ka nga secretary. Apay, numatay ka. Maawit mo na data? Apay, even if you receive the employee of the month, kung nasa McDonald's ka, employee of the month. Yung Vicente, employee of the month, hindi Bonto. It's a good honor to receive, right? It's a good honor. Sikat. And people will actually try to aspire for that. But Solomon says, that is vain. Kaslaangin ng data. It will pass. It will pass. When you die, you can bring it with you. Can you bring the honor with you? No. No, you cannot bring the honor with you. Kanya pa ipinita na. Wealth and power. Wealth and power. Siguro no isweldo, salary grade 24, ang baling na salary grade 28, magat. Mag-adote ko baka at least magatan ko tikay ko magatan. At least mapag-aral ko daging anak ko, hindi napintas na school. At least makita ti tao na hardworking nga itid ko aming tiubing ko, hindi kaya na itid. Is there anything wrong with that in itself? There's nothing wrong with that. But what does Solomon say? Vanity of vanities. Walang kwenta yan. It's like vapor. It's like vapor. Power. Nuti marayak pi kapitan. I will aspire to become counselor. I will aspire to become mayor. Or even the highest office. And people look up to me because I introduce good works while I am in power. Pero the example na dito yung if you refer to Ecclesiastes 4:1-6-9, the example here is the power that actually oppresses, the power that corrupts. But in return, yung mga tao, yung constituent niya, nilirespeto siya, natatakot sa kanya kasi may power siya. Uy, huwag mong banggain yan, mayor yan. Uy, huwag mong banggain yan. Anak ng presidente yan, may power yan. Uy, huwag mong kuhanan ng plaka yan kasi mayor yan, malalagot ka. Pero sabi ni Solomon sa reflection niya, those are all vain. Those are all like chasing the wind. So ano yung conclusion niya? Ano yung conclusion niya? So pwede ko po bang i-relate sa ating buhay ngayon? Mabalik na nag-work this. So ano yung conclusion niya? Na ma-apply din natin ngayon sa ating buhay. So you will see how wise Solomon is. You will see how wealthy, powerful, and how much influence he has as a king, right? In the same way, I think it applies to us as humans. Dahil ito'y kita tayo i-represent ko ni Aaron. Kunyari, ni Aaron na ito'y na-object tayo. Let us relate it to our life now, so it becomes meaningful to you, meaningful to me. So if this is your heart, pasensya ako maliit ito. If this is your heart, at a young age, kaya nakikitaan tayo, ay measures of success, nakikitaan tayo data. Sige, forgetting what Solomon thought of measures of success or meaningful life. Yeah. What? Huh? To have children? To have children? Ano? To have children. Measures of success. To have good relationships. What else? The example ni Kwan, yeah, brother. To have a good job. Secure and stable job. Napay. Natigayat yung mga aramid bigay while you're living here. What? Like Solomon? Impossibly. Ano nga kaya tikwarta? Yes. You like money? Like me? You want? Nga po? You want to become rich? Kasi ba? Nga ba? What do we want to do? We want to have power? We want to have good education? Nga ba? We want to be happy, right? That's a very good thing. How do we achieve happiness? Through this, through a lot of other things, in combination, di ba? Nga ba? Nga po? Travel. Tama. Travel. We want to travel. Iba ba? Travel. Ha? Tourist. Oh, to become tourists. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Tata, if we actually sum this all up, this has all been covered by the book of Ecclesiastes. The King Solomon, na paano nga maanin na ito eh. Pero kunana, what is he saying? All of this is vain, under the sun. All of this being under the sun is vanity of vanities. But what is his conclusion? What is his conclusion? All these things in themselves, money, job, relationships, power, education, happiness, having children, travel, they are in themselves not bad. Diba? In fact, we have a verse. Is it money? Gusto ba? Money is the root of all evil? So, no. What is the root of all evil? The love of money. So, the Bible na. It is the love of money. In the same way, power in itself is not corrupt. In the same way, education is good. But in itself, it can be bad. So, ano natin ko na ni Solomon? It's in chapter 12. Ako kita niyo chapter 12. At the end of the day, if you do this, if you do this all under heaven, and without regard to God, it is all vain. It is all vain. It is all vain. Nati conclusion na? Kunana. Anyway, Solomon draws on a general conclusion from his observation of life, a life lived under the sun. Kunana. The lasting purpose and fulfillment can be found only in a trusting relationship with God. Nothing less will do. This is in Ecclesiastes 6, verse 10 to 11. But in chapter 12, the very first part of chapter 12, kunana here, the young should remember and serve God while they are young, before age and death overtake them. Why? Because we do not know when God will come. While you are young, basahin nyo kadilay chapter 12. Gaputas ni Solomon, he actually employs literary writing. Marami siyang mga basahin natin. Brother Ray, pakibasa na yung first 3 verses of chapter 12 of Ecclesiastes. No, chapter 12. Chapter 12 ako, the conclusion ni Solomon. Mamalpas tayo. Nati ko na.
Chapter 12, verse
1 to 3.
Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasures in them, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened.
Okay. So, but what does it say? Yung kanyang metaphor dyan, yung kanyang language, huwag mo nang antayin tumanda ka bago mo kilalanin ang Diyos. Bago mo gawin priority ang Diyos. Kasi hindi mo alam kung kailan ka mawawala sa mundo. Remember, sabi niya, the young should remember and serve God. When? Tomorrow? Next week? The week after? After your 16th birthday? No. When you are young. And this is coming from a king. A king who has experienced everything. Right? The young should remember and serve God while they are young before age and death overtake them. The rest of chapter 12 actually gives you symbolisms of getting old. When the lights go dark, when the grinders lose their grip. And yung grinders, nipan na rin. Nipan. Siyempre, nung lumakay ka, tinipan mo. So, nagawin lang, nipan po. May busen. When the lights go dim, nung lumakay ka, ang paraming kasi sa amin. As much as I hate to accept it, hanggang mabasa na ako nung kasdahin. Masapon na dasal mo. Kunana dita in verse 12, when your knees get bent, habang tumatanda ka, believe whether you like it or not, your knees become weak, right? So what do you need to do? You need to serve God and remember God while you are young. And lastly, the bottom line principle is for you to have a meaningful life, you need to fear God and keep His command. Nagsimple the message ni Solomon. Everything that you have in this world is temporary. Everything that you have in this world, if you focus on it by itself without the guidance of God, it's all fleeting. Ang sabi na, uray sikat isang kabak na nga tao dito mo. No awan ti ako Diyos mo ako. At the end of the day, that is final. Salamat Apo for the opportunity to talk to you. It is such a lovely pleasure to see all your faces and be here once again. May this message bring hope and encouragement to all of you, especially the young ones who are in the church. I hear there will be 3 people who will be baptized today. So, thank you.
To have shared to us Kumatagong 2-5. Many more in the coming days as long as you're here. So when are you planning to go back ba?
Thursday.
Oh, Thursday. So next Sunday, yeah, but at least we enjoyed you being here and preaching us with these encouraging words.